Two veterans with the exact same experience apply for the same cyber job. One gets an interview, one gets auto rejected and never hears back. The only difference? One of them translated their resume, and one of them wrote it like a military evaluation. I'm the hiring manager on the other side of that desk, and I'm telling you, most veterans lose the job before a human ever reads their name because their resume is written in a language the people hiring don't speak. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you exactly how to translate your military experience into civilian language that gets you past the filter and into the interview. And the single biggest mistake, the one that auto deletes you, is at minute 6. Stick around for that one. If you're new, 20 years in the Army, active TS/SCI clearance, and I now run a cybersecurity firm. I read these resumes for a living. So this isn't theory. This is what actually makes me stop and call someone versus pass. This is the third and final pillar of the bridge I've been walking you across. Clearance, one cert, and a translated resume. Get this one right and the bridge is complete. Here's the plan. Why military resumes get auto rejected. The simple method to translate any bullet. The one fatal mistake that deletes you and then line by line fixes you can copy tonight. Let's go. First, why it fails, because if you don't understand the why, the fixes won't stick. Two reasons. Reason one, the software filter. Before a human sees your resume, an automated system scans it for civilian keywords that match the job posting. Your resume says NCOIC. The job posting says team lead or supervisor. The software doesn't translate. No keyword match, no human, auto rejected. Reason two, even when a human does see it, most civilian hiring managers genuinely don't know what your MOS, your acronyms, or your awards mean. If they have to Google your bullet points to understand them, you've already lost. Because the next resume in the stack is written in plain English. Here's the mindset shift. It is not the hiring manager's job to figure out how impressive you are. It's your job to make it obvious in 10 seconds. Every bullet they have to decode is a bullet that costs you. You did the work. Now make it legible to the people with the jobs. Now the method. Any military bullet translates with 3 moves. Run every line through these. Move 1, strip the jargon. Acronyms, MOS codes, unit names, award names, gone or spelled out in civilian terms. NCOIC of a section becomes supervised a team of 12. METL becomes mission requirements. If a civilian wouldn't say it at a dinner table, cut it or translate it. Move 2. Map it to a civilian skill the job actually wants. Led soldiers? That's personnel management and leadership. Maintained accountability for equipment? That's asset management and logistics. Often worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, so say the dollar figure. RAN comms? That's network operations. Match your experience to the language in the job posting. Move 3. Add a number. Civilians trust numbers. How many people did you lead? How much equipment? How many systems? What uptime? What readiness rate? What dollar value? Led a team is weak. Led a 12-person team responsible for $2 million in equipment with 0 losses makes me stop scrolling. Look at that difference. Same exact job. One gets skipped, one gets a phone call. Strip the jargon, map to a civilian skill, add a number, every bullet, every time. Here's the one I told you to wait for in the mistake that auto deletes more qualified veterans than anything else. It's writing your resume like an award citation or an evaluation report instead of a civilian resume. Dense paragraphs, third person military voice, every acronym in the book, a 2-page wall of text that reads like an NCOER. A civilian resume is scannable. Short, punchy, plain English bullets, white space, numbers that pop. The hiring manager spends seconds on the first pass. If it looks like a dense military document, they don't read it, they skip it. You're not writing to prove you met the standard. You're writing to get a stranger to want to talk to you. Don't write an evaluation, write an invitation. And one specific piece of this, your clearance. Don't bury it in the body. A current clearance is one of your most valuable assets. So put it where it gets seen, near the top, clearly stated. Make the most fundable thing about you impossible to miss. Let me tell you about two resumes that hit my desk the same week. Two veterans, nearly identical backgrounds, same caliber of experience. One was a wall of acronyms. Now, I did 20 years. I knew exactly what every one of those acronyms meant. I could read that resume just fine. That's not the point. The point is the next hiring manager can't. The other resume had that same experience in clean, plain English. Numbers on the accomplishments, clearance right at the top where you couldn't miss it. Guess which one got the call? Here's the part I want you to hear, though. I reached out to the first guy anyway, even though I couldn't hire him, because he wasn't less qualified, he was less legible. And I wasn't going to let him walk into the next interview making the same mistake. I told him, strip the acronyms, write it for a corporate environment, an enterprise environment. Don't say division network, say enterprise network, same exact system, same exact work. One version a civilian understands instantly, one version they don't. He understood immediately. It was never a skills problem, it was a language problem. And understand, I'm the friendly reader. I speak your language. The civilian hiring manager in the next stack does not, and they will not do the work to figure you out. They'll just move to the next resume. The lesson: in a stack of 50 resumes, legible wins. You can be the most qualified person in that pile and still lose to someone who's just easier to understand. Don't let translation be the thing that costs you. So here's a starter kit: common military lines translated. Run yours through the same pattern. Led a squad becomes supervised and developed a 9-person team. Maintained accountability of sensitive items becomes managed your dollar value in equipment with 100% accountability. NCOIC of communications becomes network operations supervisor, maintained your uptime number. Conducted training becomes designed and delivered training to number of people, improving readiness by your percentage. And move that clearance to the top, stated clearly, active with the level. I'm putting a fuller before and after template in the description. Grab it, run every bullet through the 3 moves, and put your clearance up top. That's a resume that gets read. So, military resumes get auto rejected because the software and the humans don't speak military. Translate every bullet, strip the jargon, map to a civilian skill, add a number. Don't write an evaluation, write an invitation, and put your clearance up top. And that completes the bridge. Clearance, one cert, a translated resume. That's how a veteran goes from the uniform to a cleared 6-figure cyber career. You've got the whole path now. Subscribe and stick with me. New breakdown every week, daily shorts, all aimed at getting you hired. I'm on the hiring side telling you what most people won't. If you're just finding this, start at the beginning. What your clearance is actually worth. It's right here. See you in the next one.